Morning everyone. I'm going to give the grass a bit of a go over. I normally do it once a month or so, just because the dogs piss on it down that side, and when you get hot days it starts to smell. So if you keep up on top of it, you don't get the smell. So what I'm going to do is give it a good. First thing I'm going to do is give the garden a bit of a wetter soil, because I've noticed the when I water it, the water just sits on top of the sand. So I'm going to do that first. I'll just go over that quickly. But the main one is I use this kind of stuff here. Anything, I've used a few different ones and they all work pretty good. And anything with an enzyme for eating up the urine smell. And I also mix in a bit of dishwashing liquid with it, just to let it foam up and sit on top for a bit. So that's good. And then I'll finish it off with a car wash it's got ceramic coating in it, but that's not important for the grass. It's the UV protectant stuff. Keeps your grass, I mean that grass is 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, so it's going pretty good. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. So I'll mix it up and I'll let you know. I'm going to do this one first. So I've got 100 mils about, so the rest will be water, and then it gets mixed again when it goes through with the hose. Pretty much just spray it on. You can see it foam up. If you really sit in one spot for a long time, it'll foam up. I did buy a premix one, and you just connect the bottle to your hose, and it was actually foaming up a little bit more than this. So what I might do is just add a bit more to it. And that's it. I'll just give it a quick rinse. I've already watered the garden this morning, so it doesn't need a big drink. You can see the water pressure drop. I've got another load of washing on as well. It makes the water pressure drop here. There it goes. So yeah, just a quickie. Rinse the leaves off. You can see the bubbles there on that one. So yeah, give that a good rinse off. Don't know if it'll damage it. There goes the water pressure again. And that's it. I think the dogs want to come out. They just had a bath. Just took them to the dog park. And that's the bottle. I've never seen them at Bunnings again, so I don't know if they still sell them. I'm not sure, but I've had that for a few years, and I use it, like I said, once a month. I used to use this to put that on, their Enzyme Wizard. And in winter, that's not too bad, but in summer you need to use a bit more because of the temperature, so I don't use it in summer. But yeah, I've had that for years and still lasted. I think it was about $30, but well worth it. I'll hang that up. So next is this stuff. So I don't measure it out. I just couple glugs. You need a bit, a couple 100 mils or so. Like that. It's got a bit of a smell to it, and then a bit of that for some bubbles, and then I'll just go and fill it up. It's just that is just a what's a foam cannon that you connect to your pressure washer. So first up, I wet the grass just with plain water, just so everything's wet, and then when you spray that on, it drags it down. That was the recommendations on the thing anyway. So yeah, I'll wet it down first, and then I'll connect that up and we'll go for it. Okay, yeah, you need that bit. So the grass is wet. I don't know if you can tell, but grass is wet. So just take that off, put that on, and just give Okay, so I gave special attention to now. Special attention to just here, the back, and that corner just there. A little bit more down the edge of the bricks there. They don't do anything here in this kind of half here, apart from right on the edge there, right on the edge around here a little bit, but mainly in this area is where they do their poos, and wheeze is all down here. So there's not too much point doing down here because they don't do anything there, which is good. Most of the time they go in the garden, like they'll be on the grass, but they'll wee in the garden. You get the odd bit that goes on the grass, but they're pretty good. I never taught them to do that, and they just prefer to wee on that side of the bricks. So yeah, it works out well. So you can see, even with the extra soap that I put in, it still doesn't really foam a lot on the grass, but that's enough. I can smell it. You can smell it throughout the whole backyard, really. It just smells like a nice fresh toilet scent kind of thing. Yeah, so we'll just let that sit for 5. Then I'll rinse it again just with a mist. Rinse it just to reactivate it a bit and get it a little bit deeper. And then I'll mix up, or while we're waiting, I'll mix up this Everglaze. Don't need a lot of this stuff because it is quite concentrated. It's expensive. You can't buy it in 5 litres anymore. You can only buy it in 10 litres, and it's about $290 odd or $300 or something like that. So that's a 5 litre one. So if you go halves with someone, it's not too bad. But yeah, I've had this for years. I've got heaps left, and I use it fairly often. I use it for the cars and everything. But yeah, all you really need is that much. This one foams up really good, and it's got biodegradable, no silicone. Yeah, I don't know, you probably shouldn't use it on grass, but I've used it and the grass stays really nice and green, so the colour comes up really good. And the UV protectants that this has in it is really good as well. So when I bought this, there wasn't really many. There was a couple, but they were really expensive because you can only buy them in 1 litre. So that's why I bought that, because that works out to half the price, even less, than buying it in a litre bottle from locally here. Yeah, so I may, if I can find someone to go halves in to buy 10 litres, I'd probably get it again. It's pretty good stuff. It looks really nice on the car, and it lasts a long time. So yeah, it goes good. But there is a brand in Perth here or in Australia called Bowden's Own, and he does one that's similar. That does I don't know if it's ceramic. I'm pretty sure it is actually. I think it's got ceramic coating in it, and it's got the UV inhibitors and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's not much more expensive. I'll have to work it out, but I don't think it's that much more expensive than that one. The only good thing about that one is it's not such a big outlay, but like I said, that 5 litres I've had for over 2 years, and I'm only halfway through it now. Oh, sorry, no, I bought 5 litres and I went halves with a mate. There we go. And I'm down to there, and I gave half away, or I went halves with a mate. So I've only used like that much in 2.5 years, and I've still got at least another 1.5 years to go there. So yeah. All right, well I'll get some water in this, and we'll keep going. Okay, so that was just a rinser. Okay, looks like Christmas time. So that's that done. So now we're pretty much done with the high pressure hose. And just to rinse it off now, I just use the normal hose gun straight off the pressure from the tap. Okay, so it's been probably 5 minutes. Still a bit of suds around, but that's enough. So turn the hose on. And just water it in now, and that's it. Just so it's not sitting on top. And really between, I'm sure the car wash doesn't do anything for the smell from the dog's wheeze, but definitely makes the grass look good. I'll do the front one because we've got fake lawn out the back as well. I do that maybe once a year, and I don't use the enzyme wizard on it because the dogs don't wee out there. They only wee out the back here. So I do this more often with the car wash. Not every time I do the enzyme wizard, especially in summer, because I find in summer I'm doing it at least once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, just because it's hotter and you can smell it more often. Sometimes I'll leave it. It stinks, but I'll do it if we're having people over or something like that. And we're having dinner outside. You don't want to smell it. It's not like a really potent smell. It's not, you can't smell it all the time. But if it's hot and the wind's going the right way, then you can smell it. So you do this, 10 minutes later it's done and smell's gone pretty much. I used to use disinfectant, just a normal bathroom disinfectant. That worked, but I think all it did was mask the smell, because after a couple of days it'd come back. Didn't last very long. So I find this enzyme wizard actually kills the smell pretty good. Pretty happy with it. So it's not cheapest thing around. It's probably about $50 for that bottle, but you get I'd get a year out of it easy. So yeah, not too bad. And I'm sure I'm using too much, but better too much than too little. I find it's working, so stick with what I'm doing. But yeah, as long as you keep it wet, keep it moist, that enzyme, the longer it has, I think it only works when it's moist. So as long as it's moist and for about 20 minutes, half an hour, works good. In winter, not as necessary because of the rain, kind of flushes it all away anyway. So yeah, it's not as necessary. I don't really even do it in winter. It's only really during summer I do it. Probably from about now, which is what, November, till maybe March, April, and that's about it. So, but yeah, that's it. So we'll let that dry, and that should be nice and green. I mean, it's plastic, but yeah, it'll look better than what it looked like before. You're just rinsing all the dust off it and all that kind of stuff, so it should look good. And all done. Took all up about 15 minutes. That's only because I was filming too, so if you're not filming, you could do it even quicker than that. But yeah, oh man, it looks the same as what it did before to me, but at least it doesn't smell. Keeps a bit of UV protection on your grass. If you got dogs, that enzyme stuff's a must. I've heard of people having, just at the dog park talking to people, and they've ripped this lawn up, and it's not cheap, this stuff. Yeah, they've ripped it up just because they can't stand the smell, but it's definitely fixable, and it's easy, and it doesn't cost that much money. Maybe $50 a year, if that. And if you can train your dogs to do it all in one spot, even better. Because I don't normally mix that up, but that's only because it's the first one for summer. I've done the whole grass, but normally when I do it, I only do a strip down there and a strip up the back there, and that's it, and you use half the amount. So yeah, all good. Cheers for watching. Hope that's helpful, and we'll catch you later.